Hi there. Good evening, everyone. Let's continue the conversation about COVID-19. First things first. Time to start this interview right. Cheers. Anyway, okay, I just watched a few minutes of Doug Ford talking about how certain frontline workers, as was described, will be getting a premium increase of $4 and something like if they work 100 plus hours a month or something, they'll be getting 250. That's not really a lot, but it's like if you're getting it and then they tell you, well, you're not getting it anymore, you might get a little upset about that. You know, it's beer money anyway. I'm not really opposed to people who've earned it to make more money, and there are a lot of frontline workers in the particular positions that he was talking about that feel as though they've earned it. For one thing, you signed up for your bullshit. So this, oh, we work so hard, we were public servants and this, that, and the other. Fuck you. And the positions he was talking about in particular, home caregivers, people who work at homeless shelters, the workers that work for them, like the cooks and the cleaners, correctional facility operators, and the list goes on. Let's remember, these are what you would call bureaucrats. And bureaucrats have a tendency to be, I don't know, what's the word for it? Oh yeah, sanctimonious assholes. Quite often I refer to people who have fundamental problems with their personality to be assholes. They may have a wide variety of reasons why they're assholes, but assholes nonetheless. Okay, and I may have made a video not regarding COVID-19, but the shift of the middle class. I do remember making that video. That's right. You can find it in my video channel. I talked about how to shift the balance of the middle class is not necessarily to take the exact dollar figure away from people, what they're making that would cause an uproar. It is to make the current money that they have not worth as much. And I said the main benefactors to this shift would be bureaucrats. I said it. I straight up said it. And, you know, I didn't get a lot of attention for saying that at the time, and I probably won't for making this video, at least nothing positive anyway. These people get to play the high horse sanctimonious, we're there to save lives, man, we're there to do this. I filled a guy's bowl of soup. I'm a superhero now. What are you going to do about it? It's like, I still don't have to like you, trust you, or believe everything you have to say. In fact, I could point out all the times where you're nothing more than a fucking asshole. I mean, there's plenty of people who have been wronged by the system. It's not simply me. However, their voices are quite often silenced by bureaucrats. Because bureaucrats don't like taking the blame for anything, even if they are wrong. They handle it internally, and we're supposed to trust them. When they have no compunction about lying about anything at any given time. Because that's simply how they think they're better, is they go, well, they're smarter, they know better, they don't have to tell you the truth. And I'm not somebody who says you always have to tell the truth, but, you know, most of the time you should try not to lie at very least. And this is a strong union, and this is likely to have a ripple effect. And many other bureaucracy type agencies will receive more money. And The difference is there'll be a lot of people working in those bureaucracies who are, to put it bluntly, not actually frontline workers at all. And I mean, the money scribbling assholes who work in the bean counting department where they have no interaction with people whatsoever. It's a cash grab. And one people should see coming. And guess what? That means all the other jobs that need to be done by somebody for their convenience, unless they want to place them with automatronic robots or self-serve computer systems like they do at some McDonald's locations in the U.S. Excuse me, I want to feel like I live in a real world. I don't want to live in a bureaucratic cage. A prison planet. Something some guy named Alex Jones had made multiple videos talking about. Now, I didn't watch much of his stuff because he was a little bit weird, but the point still remains valid. This is a power grab. The bureaucrats are not happy with where they are right now. They want more, more, more. I did make the point of saying the pie has not gotten bigger. If anything, it's gotten smaller. It's that certain factions want more of it, and they'll take it from anyone else. You're working at McDonald's, you're a mailman or male person, male woman, whatever. You're a librarian or whatever. You're not considered a frontline worker. Your portion of the pie will shrink. Theirs will increase. They have no problem doing this. I have a problem with that kind of mentality. I obviously want to aspire to be better. Of course, everyone should do it all the time to be the best they can be. But to say, I want to be better, and in order for me to do that, they have to be decreased as far as how well off they're doing, then that makes you kind of a slime ball. However, there is this undercurrent in society where a sanctimonious buildup of saying, well, they're the bad guy if I do this and, I did a good thing. And it's like, no, you're an asshole. A sneaking spider in the rock or a sneaking snake in the grass who took an opportunity to look like the good guy when really you just did a bad thing. And I mean, of course, some people go, well, you big hypocrite. You're bad rapping the bureaucrats right here on your YouTube channel saying, what they're doing and this could potentially benefit me. So therefore, I'm being a hypocrite in what I said before. Except the problem with that is these people are at such a level of being assholes that I will receive no reward for trash talking to them. However, they receive rewards for the minimalist good deeds that they do. They work 12-hour shifts? Fuck you, you signed up for that. You work long days and don't get days off? Fuck you, you signed up for that. And this Justin Trudeau, everyone fucking sucking up to him for years. It was enough to make a man sick. Trust me, I'm a man who's thrown up many a time because of bureaucrats giving me medication that made me violently ill on purpose because they're kind of twisted and sadistic. Who would have thought? Anyway, Justin Trudeau promising all this money. Look, hey, money everywhere. Here, hey, everyone can have some money. This money's coming from somewhere, you fucking idiots. The economy's not moving, and he's spending money. Not his own money, I might add, or his friend's money. He's spending the common everyday man's money. Are the billionaires going to spend money? Sure, some of them will. They'll have no choice because, let's face it, the peasantry class does not have enough money to do all these grandioso things that Justin Trudeau has had planned. And this is keeping in mind the medical industry has been afraid of plagues for centuries, and there's no way COVID-19 came out of nowhere. No way. It was negotiated upon, allowed to be brought here, which leads me to another point where I'm saying the reason COVID-19 could become a seasonal thing It's because of our reliance in trading with the Chinese. Do you know what a water bear is? Water bear is a microscopic organism. Essentially, it's immortal, theoretically. The only thing that can slow it down is if it's dehydrated and it shrivels up. But the second it's rehydrated, it grows again. Same thing with bacterial virus diseases in the very everyday plastic products that come from China. So guess what? This 72-hour or whatever gap it is where the bacteria or the virus or whatever is on something and you touch it, and theoretically if you social distance, guess what? Don't mean shit. Next year it could come back because there's all kinds of plastic everywhere that we have to touch and it's unnecessary. Don't need it. It's garbage the second we buy it. Literal garbage. Like, who keeps the shit that's attached to their microphone when they buy their microphones? Nobody. I mean, you might keep the box. I mean, the box is worth keeping, I suppose. But the plastic shit that comes with it, forget about it. You throw that shit away. And that's because there's some angry Chinese guy who doesn't care about, the world's, how the health of the planet is doing. He only cares that you're giving him money for a useless product. His plastic garbage. Excessive. And, like I'm saying, he is promising money, Justin Trudeau, that is not his. It's very, very, very sanctimonious to go, oh, look at me, I'm so generous, I'm giving away someone else's money. Not my own, of course, somebody else's. That makes me a good guy, doesn't it? Like Robin Hood. I'm stealing from the poor and giving to the... Oh, wait a minute. That didn't come out right, did it? I mean, this whole COVID-19 thing, everyone thinks the Canadian government deserves a pat on the back. No, you don't. You lucked out. There's, proportionately, we have a less dense population disbursement. So that will mean less cases, obviously. But as far as the politics of how they handled it themselves, the intellectual input that they brought in, no, they don't deserve a pat on the back. In fact, I think they're quite feeble in their attempt because, they saw this thing coming. Because what you got to know about bureaucrats and politicians and things like that is if they suspect that you're wrong about something, or a country, for this example, like China, or it could potentially happen, they treat it as if it did happen already. And, plagues and viruses and pandemics and all that sort of stuff, they were already accusing China of potentially doing this before they did it. Theoretically, anyway. I mean, who knows how many plagues and viruses we've gotten over the years, and they were not really that big because, well, let's face it, the human body over the centuries has developed a lot of immunities to disgusting things because arguably humans are filthy animals. Some people disagree to that. Some people, sanitize everything. Some people are clean shaven, brush their teeth, have short hair, and all those sort of things, and they think that they're not dirty, disgusting animals, but guess what? They are. And for centuries more to come, people will continue to be dirty, disgusting animals. There's no getting around it. So anyway, to recap and get back to what this video was originally about, which was the shift in the middle class. I was concerned about that long before COVID came around. And the elements of it are starting to emerge. I called it. I called that. And in the business world, which includes the bureaucracy is only a business. That's exactly what it is. It's there to make money. If it weren't making money, it wouldn't exist. They're a lot meaner. They have a lot more vicious tendencies as far as legalities go. and they're capable of doing bad things in order to obtain more of this financial wealth. So these supposed frontline workers, which basically were all bureaucrats, that old Doug Ford, guy looks like an asshole. He looks like if you caught him on the wrong end of a bottle of bourbon, you'd know all about it. Stress with the job, that's fine. But if he got a heart attack next week, I'll sing him a little song on my tiny little violin. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to talk about. A lot of people are fearful to go on the internet anyway. They'll have one picture of themselves on Facebook, and that's their commitment to it. But what they don't realize is the bureaucrats are stealing your information at left, right, and center, and they do it all the time, and they laugh about it. They mock you. They'll mock anybody because they don't care, because they've seen things that are worse, and therefore they go, well, this is helping me cope with my mental health problems, blah, 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 blah. So, this is a good thing, and I should be paid more for doing it. It's like, if you get paid for more for doing it, that's fine. But don't be taking what's mine. You take what's mine, we got a problem. And there are plenty of people that, this divvying up of the pie is going to result in them getting less of the pie, the economic pie. And these bureaucrats, I'll tell you something, they don't give one tinker shit if a lot of those people get less of the pie, because they'll go, well, they're not contributing to society. They're not on the front lines. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. How are they contributing to the welfare of society like they are? Or like we are is what they would say, but I was saying they are because they are not like me. Some people want to live a risk-free life. We should be able to do that. This is Canada. It's supposed to be first world country. You want to live a risk-free life, well-maintained, comfortable, and, basically the way you want to live it. You should be able to do that and be comfortable. You shouldn't have to worry about, I have to have a high-stress job to be paid well, like a doctor or something like that. And I mentioned how I thought doctors were little more than peasants that are paid more. They still got to do a lot of nasty stuff. I mean, true enough, somebody has to do it. But before you saddle that sanctimonious horse of yours, shut the fuck up. Like this Dr. Henry. How to put it? You're a vicious animal dressed in a suit. And because you're pleasant for however long you are on the camera, that doesn't make you a good person. You didn't get to where you were because you're a good person. And because some things that are good may have happened because of you, probably by accident, because it's really about your career and your ego. That doesn't change anything, does it? So anyway, I do support the correct frontline workers being paid more money. And I don't mean those bean counting, money scribbling fucking assholes who don't do anything for anyone and probably have a mean disposition in the bureaucracies who will be making the big bucks. All those jobs that are dirty jobs and rub off on the people that do them. Fine, very well. Give them some more money. But don't be taking other people's slice of the pie. That's what people thought about other organizations that were increasing the premiums. Is that they thought they were taking from someone else, and they weren't. Whereas these bureaucrats, that's their main objective. They think because they're bureaucrats and because they could put on a phony smile and a pleasant demeanor, like Justin Trudeau, that the people who are actually real people and not indoctrinated indoctrinated automatrons are, it is what it is. So anyway, I'm going to tail off this video. However, I would like a beer. I know there are a lot of bureaucrats that they can't stand it. I like to drink beer. They tried telling me indirectly, we don't like you drinking beer. And I said, fuck you, I'm going to drink beer. And you know what? Guess what? I'm going to drink beer. And I'm not going to say nice things about him because I don't deserve it. Anyway, have fun. Cheers.